Hello, y'all. Um, I thought I would show some behind the scenes of this since this has recently gotten pulverized by fucking 200,000 people. So, okay, sure, okay. So I thought I'd just do a little bit of behind the scenes. By the way, before you say anything, yes, her hair, their hair is gone. I don't know why or how I just opened the file and now it's gone, so no hair for Kara or Frisk or whichever it is, I guess. So whoopsies. Anyways, there's a lot of weird shit I did here. So like I had like something like this, which I got from like a website where it has like all the sprites. I'll leave it in the description since yeah, I'll also leave most of these files I used, like these trees, um, the bushes, which are actually the same file pack. Yeah, I'll leave where I got everything here in the description. Of course, except for this, because that's just from this thing over here. Oh, over here, which I don't know how to, yeah. Anyways, so I learned this recently, and I just thought this would be cool just to like say I did. But like right here, this stick, this is the stick by the way that I'm selecting here. Um, I've learned recently that there's this tab which can allow you to do a lot of things when it comes to animation, not just rigging, you know? Because like over here, let me move here. Okay. Yeah. Like this stuff here, there's like a little workspace thing, copy location, rotation, you know. I have one bone doing that, and then I have this, which is stick itself, which like, okay. So this thing's mesh is linked to this bone. No, wait. It's linked to this bone right here. And then this bone follows this. So basically, I can strip this onto Kara's hand, so it'll just follow it. And then if I want to, like shown back here, I can kind of just move it, but it could still be, or wait, oh, I forgot to undo the location. That's probably fine. Anyways, yeah, if I want to like just have it throw or whatever, this thing, I can just turn straight to 0 which I thought was cool. Move it to its face, and then just and this thing too would be able to or whatever. I didn't end up doing it though. Also, for some reason, I don't know what's up with these models here, but like they didn't actually work. Mainly these two, like in the actual downloads, like only one strip of their hair would follow this. Which just ignore that fact that there's no hair. Just look at the string here. Yeah, this is the only thing that would follow, and this would for some reason follow this thing. So I had to like grab some empties, strip it to each one of these bones here. Where there's hair. I had to remove the mesh that was linked to this, and this thing, he just had like his eye was just not following his head whenever I'd turn it in a certain direction, which was super easy to fix. I forgot how I fixed this one, but whatever. But yeah, it was a bit of a while ago that I fixed this since I wanted to use it a bit ago. Oh man, I forgot to do that. Nah, animation error, guys. Anyways, uh. So I just want to say real quickly that, just as a little thing, if you ever want to become an animator, is you see how like he has this little fluid. Yeah, I'm gonna have to turn it to this or else it'll lag like shit. But you see how he like kind of moves his head to the side, his arm comes out, you know, kind of smoothly, waves a bit, and then comes back. Something I would say if you ever want something to look cool while animating is generally you literally just want to move every bone almost. Like, not too much, just move it a very, very slight bit, and it doesn't have to be every single bone, but like some of the main components, like, I don't know, the hips, the head, absolutely the hands, maybe the arm a little bit, which is prevalent over here where he's just waving and then it kind of like, as if you look right here, it just kind of moves to the side a little bit, which kind of makes it look a bit smoother. Um, things like that. Also, if you really do want him to do like a thing like that, literally just move the hips and the head to the side. If you have eyes, move it to the location first, or as they're like moving it, not like at the end, because it's like unrealistic. So then just like, kind of like that. When did this become an animation tutorial? By the way, whenever this part happens, which by the way, I had to do a few things and I'm about to explain why. Whenever they go into their location, they kind of just teleport like this into their new location. It kind of like, if you have like motion blur, they will blur a shit ton at the beginning, which is not very good and doesn't look very nice. Which, by the way, if I just go over here, you can see is quite prevalent, quite literally right over here. Because I forgot to remove the him moving right there. So he kind of had a little bit of motion blur right here, which can be seen for a second. You know, now I did the animations first, let it render full way through, and a lot of parts had things like this in there, basically. But, you know, after everything was done rendering, I kind of like, this is why this thing is having a bit of errors right here, like right here especially. I kind of had to grab. Oh, I'm selecting both of them. I kind of had to like select all their bones and move it one way to the side, render the frame with no like motion blur, and ignore this location thing right here. I would just focus on the part where he was having motion blur, and I would do that both ways. This is like the after, for this scene only. Now, I just completely forgot about that though when it came right over here. So unfortunately that motion blur was visible, but it's fine. Anyways, let's move away from this area. Oh wait, I forgot about this. Yeah, oh wow. Oh wow, look, it becomes visible and non-visible, which actually I don't think I showed how I did that. If I just go into here, uh, so this thing actually has nothing behind it, so I had to add like the thing with the alpha, but I also wanted it to, become not visible, look right here, not visible. So I kind of just put a multiply node between it, you know, also changed the color a tad bit, so it looked more like it hit their skin, but whatever, you know. So I would like right here there was nothing, and then right here there was, and this doesn't have motion blur since it's just the texture turning to, something else, which is really nice about these sometimes. Uh, Yeah, okay, now let's move away from this area. So, oh, right here, right here, right here. So now we're at these things. Wow, boy. So this thing right here, same sort of thing, except it's literally just a model. So I literally, a model I made, by the way. Um, so I literally just had to, in the alpha, and I did this in both because there was two, and I thought, it's easier, you know. But anyways, this would allow it to be visible, not visible, you know. So I had it blink a few times right here, and then move to its area. It kind of shrinks as it goes into this thing, which, by the way, if you're wondering how I made the slight thing like that, this is what I did. It's a bit more confusing whenever you try to actually apply it though. Um, Alrighty. So, by the way, oh, oh, that's okay. So right here, I had the camera do its thing, blah, 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 blah. Which, by the way, these are the lights, and to make sure that this thing didn't affect the light here, and these didn't affect the light here somehow, put a little wall along with this and this. So, yeah. Okay. So, of course, right here, I have a mix shader, and I just changed it to this 0 to 1, glowing. And, oh, ooh, its lighting's different. I didn't notice that. Anyways, and then it does its little fall thing. You know, the picture I just put right here. I didn't want to put this in the after editing. I was too lazy for that shit. Okay, and then we have this thing up here, which again is just alpha, see-through. And then this part I actually really like a lot. So this thing is actually kind of see-through in the actual render. Like, if I just put this thing, if I just put you right here, if you look closely, you can still actually kind of see it through there, which kind of sucks because I didn't do it completely right, and I felt too lazy to actually do anything different. So, since the background was completely black, I had one of these, and this thing right here, I actually just hid behind this little uh black thing so it could pop up. Also, this is one of the only kind of things I haven't used a rig for. This is very rare for me to do, to not use a rig for this thing. And oh wait. Oh, won't you look at that? This thing isn't a see-through. Whoops. Okay. Anyways, yeah. By the way, this is my own model too, so don't even question about it. Um, and then let's see here. Oh yeah, and the jumping, if you were wondering, okay, come on, thank you. I kind of did the velocity thing, where it's like, okay, so like this right here would be like a smooth jump, like this is just Bezier, however you say that, Bezier. And then these two right here, as he just hits the ground, as you can see, it doesn't slow down. It doesn't do some weird shit. That's because I chose the linear, which kind of just makes it look like a drum, you know, like in the game. And then I did the same thing here, just a bit more pieces, and yeah, okay. And by the way, originally, like, I had carved this thing out because I wanted to put it somewhere in the fight. Like, I was thinking of putting it in the next scene right here, where Kara was, but I decided, no, no, that doesn't fit there. That doesn't fit, really. So I decided to just not put that there. So that's a thing that got removed. Also, if you wonder why there's another black square here, it's because I also had Sans teleport over here, so you couldn't see him. I tried to make it and so motion blur wouldn't be visible, but look at this shit. He is very damn visible. In fact, I'm not sure if I actually, was he, wait, is he visible? How did I do that? Wait, but he was there. Maybe I accidentally deleted a keyframe and he's just doing it right now. Well, whatever. He was meant to go behind this so he wouldn't be visible, you know, and so he wouldn't have motion blur and I wouldn't have to do the extra work, which by the way, it took like damn near like 3 full minutes to render one of these frames. Like, let's see, yeah. But then there's like 20 extra, no, 30 extra seconds trying to do some extra work, so it's like, hard. Uh, Also, right here, if you couldn't see, I kind of had them do like a bit of like shoulder thing, so like a little bit of a breathe in, like, their head sort of moved up a little bit. This thing right here too. And then right here, I kind of had like a few people noticed this actually and credited me on it. I was like, thank you so much. But like right here, like they kind of tense up, you know, which as you can see, like their shoulders bounce upward, their fingers slightly curl and move to the sides, and their more spread out, chill legs just go straight together, you know, as their head goes down a little bit in surprise, you know. Oh, okay, yeah, no, I definitely deleted some keyframes here by mistake. Yeah, which by the way, right here, I had to make him bigger so he would actually fit well into the frame. Because if he was just normal, like there's just normal size, yeah, it's not gonna be as good. He's in the face. So yeah, I kind of had to make him bigger and so it, kind of look good, you know. Yeah, let's see here. Right here, by the way, I had this camera right here. If you go into here, there's like a focal length, which is basically just FOV, and I made it go extremely low, which made things look really weird. And I basically got to copy that one image. I think they did this in the original animation too. I'm pretty sure. I don't, I don't have the picture video for the audio, but I think they did that too. I forgot. Uh, if they didn't though, this is still pretty funny. Which, by the way, with the eyes here, again, just, you know, not, this is so goofy. But yeah, again, just not visible for the things. And by the way, you know, you can see that there's parts here where their eyes are big, like that. And then their eyes are small. So basically, I had two separate materials which were selecting two separate things. So like this would be the outer rim and this would be the inner rim, inner rim. So basically, right here, this would be like, oh yeah, not visible for the thing. It doesn't need to be. Nothing that needs to happen to it. But right here, I had another mix shader thing, just so it'd be easier for me. I don't feel like it. Shut up. You know, uh, yeah, it can turn black to white. Oh boy, mamma mia. Hmm. Ignore the fact I didn't just change the color. I don't think I've thought about that well. Uh, I also made some weird shit here, which by the way, everything you're looking at right now, I forgot to explain this at the beginning of the video. Everything has looked cubey because we're on Simplify right now. If I were to just play this like this without Simplify, look at how low those frames drop. Yeah, it's not good. So yeah, anyways. Yeah, I kind of had I go into here. Yeah, like subdivision modifier and some of these bones were following it. I will admit though, this isn't my best bone work. Thankfully, no one's gonna ever have to use this bullshit. And in fact, this is one of the other only times I haven't tried to add it, like add this to the rig. Add bones to the rig. As you can see, no constraints. You know, I was just like, I don't know. I'm just going to move it with the rig a little bit, with the body a little bit. Try my best, you know. Which, by the way, so far, I think it was my best mouth work. I'm horrible with making mouths. If you know me as an animator, I am horrible at mouths. I can do pretty much anything else, but mouths, I don't know why. I just can't get it down. I can't speak English in real life, despite it being my only language, and I can't animate mouths. Bruh. But hey, I think this is my best work so far. I'm getting better. I'm getting better. Anyways, let's see. Let's see what else. Oh, this part right here. I'll also leave a link to this asset here, which I use. So, oh yeah, by the way, I completely forgot about, how real arms work. So his arms on the sides are a bit eh whenever he's taking them out of his pockets, but it's fine. Anyways, this part right here. Um, this too had its own rig, and it was in fact just hiding over here, you know? And let's see, which one was it? This one was following its head, and the head was the real head for this guy just got super small, you know. And I made sure not to copy the size, just the location and rotation, you know. Now I can move this a bit and this, which by the way, the original model doesn't have the bones. I just made this myself, you know. I had to select parts of this so I could actually you know. And which actually I probably should have whatever. But yeah, so I added some of this, you know, so it could kind of follow it a bit. Oh yeah. I really like how this mouth animation ha worked, by the way. It was just, I think it came out so well. Which, by the way, the sweat right here on Kara's face, these are two separate ones because of how the mesh on their head works. They're moving down quite a little bit, and it's pretty simple texturing here. Just, oh wow, oh boy. So, yeah. Ooh. Also, I was too lazy to do another mouth work over here, so I kind of just put them backwards like this, and then moved their jaw, which actually they can turn to a Giga Chad for a second if you just like bum. Yeah. So I basically just moved it up and down as they had their little thing there. Which, oh yeah, by the way, whenever they have their steps, I just made sure that it goes slightly up and then back, which, yeah. By the way, with the eye here, I kind of just resized it by a shit ton. since the head was super small, and just tried to shove it into his big head, big weird head. So, oh yeah. Which, by the way, with the stepping thing, by the way, with the Ara, since this is the end, let's re-loop back to the beginning. Uh, I just want to point out right here that they actually like step to the side here, and I had them just go upwards and to the side. Which, by the way, did you know that he is never truly in the ground in this animation? That's right, he's inside of the ground far too deep, and earlier he's floated. So, yeah, there you go. Uh, okay. Yeah, well, that's all. That's all here. I don't have anything else to really say. Um, well, I got five separate things to do now. So, peace.